Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, so C server got a little bit of, when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of updates actually this week. Alright, surprisingly, so let's talk about everything that's happening on October 5th update on C server. Alright, first things first, as you can see right here, we're gonna have event episode Carnival event missions shop unlock. Alright, so basically like a new event altogether, which is always a big plus. We're gonna have the new counter pass and reward MORS. So let's talk about MORS after this. I think I'm personally very excited for MORS, and I'm gonna make a video soon about why Serapel is falling out of meta. MORS is going to be part of the reason as well, and you will see why once we have the character and we can test it out, but that's going to take a while because counter pass I will not be able to test it in the first week at least, right? So alongside with Springtime Melody Punch In, we have Springtime Melody event, those things, new challenge, Days of Some Mercenaries unlock, new ship chorus release, wow, ship construction mission unlock, okay, very cool. So we're going to have the new ship chorus, aka a ship that's already there actually. What else are we having? Maestra Nequisha is going to be there. I'm still thinking if I want to pull for her alongside with Revenant. Okay, as you can see, probably quite a number of cool characters overall. So Awaken Lee Suyeon, Awaken Yuna is going to be having a rerun. So that's that. Pretty cool that we have some reruns as well. Revenant, we're going to talk about Revenant and Morse basically. Alongside with Anastasia Monica for Operator Up, and we have a bunch of other packages, etc, and new danger close and those things. So basically 3 new characters. Alright, we have one character, Morse, which is in the counter pass. We have one new character, which is SSR, which is Revenant. She's much more favorable towards soldier teams. And last but not least, one more new Awaken, Maestra Nequisha. Okay, so let's jump into it. We're gonna go into collection because they are all right there. We're gonna dive into... I've already talked about Maestra Nequisha on my main channel, so you guys can check that out. I'll try to link it below as well. But in this video, we're gonna focus first on Revenant. Revenant first, because she's the pullable character. Alright, so Revenant is a 3-cost soldier supporter. Okay, so 3-cost soldier supporter, she's similar to Lonely in a way, right? How good is she? So her overall concept is not bad. She is someone that buffs. She does a little bit of damage, of course. If you look at the stats, not bad, right? 38,000 HP, decent chunk of overall stats. But what makes her unique? Let's have a look. Alright, so basic skill only deals 1 valid hit, which is whatever. So the passive skill is valid hits of 3. So every 10 seconds, she throws the grenade at the closest enemy to do enhanced attack. So I like it. The cooldown becomes every 8 seconds instead when you skill this up to level 5, right? So enemies hit by the enhanced attack deal 1% less anti-soldier damage for 4 seconds, up to 10 stacks. Alright, obviously you can keep stacking this up based on the number of individual multi-unit soldiers deployed. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So multi-units are units that have X and on their name. Summons excluded. So you don't include summons. So multi-soldiers are like admin rifleman, admin shieldman, you know, those characters. Which is kind of cool, right? As you can see, to 2% less anti-soldier damage instead. So indirectly, she's making your soldiers tankier when she's present on the field, when she go ahead and, you know, stack more of these grenade attacks. So far, nothing too impressive. I feel like you gotta improve the damage, not the defensiveness. But let's have a look at the special skill. 24 seconds, as you can see, deploys tactical force field, generates barrier equal to 30% of max HP to ally multi-unit soldiers. Alright, and becomes immune to hit stun from special or lower skills for this barrier's duration. Again, this seems to only apply to multi-unit soldiers. It doesn't include soldiers that are like a single soldier base. For example, what's a good example, right? Maybe Han Sorim is like a 1 soldier character. I think Revenant is a soldier as well, 1 unit. So affected units enter Surefire mode for 4 seconds. Now this one is not bad. Surefire means that you will never get countered by perfect evasion, if I'm not mistaken. So that means you will always... enemy will not be able to dodge you. So I think this is pretty cool. Against Awaken Nayubin could be a decent counter if you're trying to go to this soldier thing, right? So the last one, passive skill, increase ally multi-unit soldiers attack, summons excluded, by 10% while on the field. So you can see 10% is not bad, but it goes up to Here you can see 18% I think, and then adds defense penetration plus 15% to passive effect as well. Again, very cool for soldier units, but how viable is she in PvE, right? Let's be honest. It's hard to use mech and soldiers in PvE, but in PvP, sure. In some team I can see this work for sure. It really depends on what team you are building her upon. Is she a must pull? I don't think so. I don't think she's a must pull in general unless you are a soldier main. If you are a soldier main, yes, Revenant is going to make it much easier for you to swarm your enemies. She might be able to even be effective in a Replacer King team. Of course, that's something that I will need to test out. I'm not sure. Replacer King does have this very soldier-centered team around him as well. So that's something to consider if you're trying to recruit Revenant. But overall, I think she's a solid unit, a solid supporter. Is she a must-have? Probably not. I feel like you can easily use a lot of other units to replace her slot, right? So multi-unit soldier might push some soldiers to be much stronger than they are. So let's have a look at some soldiers, right, that potentially might basically have an advantage. For example, Rifleman, this one is ×3, right? Some of the end units might actually get some use. Stronghold maybe? Stronghold might even be stronger than before. Terminator, I think still is going to be quite expensive. But these three, definitely the admin for sure. Maybe Tommy the Diehard. Maybe Kang, but Kang is not a multi-hit unit even though she summons one stronghold. Glitch might potentially be viable. Alright, so without just being a Glitch has always been the sacrificial unit, you know. And yeah, sadly, not many soldiers are multi-base, and those that are like end units, which are a little bit on the weaker side. So regardless, let's have a look at MORS. So now, I'm a big fan of Morse. I think she might outface a lot of other defenders moving forward. So let's talk about her in general. She's a mech CO 4-cost defender unit. Alright, keep that in mind. She's not a counter, she's not a soldier. She looks like one, but she's a mech and CO. So a little bit different right here. And it's a she, alright? Just in case you're wondering, it's a she. If you guys didn't read the story, should I spoil it? I don't think I should spoil it. I shouldn't say anything. Okay, but yeah, just wait for the story if you guys want to read the story. So look at her stats. She has about 67,000 HP, 3.2k attack, pretty high defense. Alright, 1.2k, 0 evasion again. So what is her concept overall, right? So Morse, she is a character that swings a halberd, alright? So does AoE damage on basic skill. So this is the passive skill that I am a big fan of. You can see when one of her allies dies, alright? So allies' death will permanently increase Morse's max HP by 10%. Alright, so ally that dies will increase her HP. So the more ally dies, the better it is. So it says that summon units excluded and can't be cancelled. I assume it doesn't include Blue Bridge Mark II. Of course, that's something that we're going to test out. Each stack also gives 5% defense. So 100% max HP and 50% max defense, which is insane. That's going to make her insanely tanky. So a lot of characters, like for example twins, 2 costs, can easily pair with her. If they die, you know, you can actually get the benefit. Or even Kang, like those 2 cost unit will definitely push her a little bit more. The special skill, alright, she deal AoE damage and knock enemies backwards, downing them. Alright, so also increase damage taken amplification by 15% to enemy hit by her last attack for 10 seconds. You can see why she's going to replace a lot of characters in terms of defenders because of this skill right here. Damage amplification 15%. It's not high, but it's just that she can tank and she has damage amplification. So again, she's going to be a better unit overall in PvE compared to a lot of other defenders right now, right? So last but not least, the passive skill you can see right here. Every time Morse gets damage 23 times, so every multi-hit 23 times, she deals damage to nearby enemies, knocks them backwards, and also she recovers 10% of HP, increases damage reduction by 10% for 10 seconds. So afterwards, she will immediately use her special skill, and the HP recovery is set to 20%. So yeah, I think Morse is something that I think she is, in a concept, very, very strong defender. And I do think that right now, she's one of the stronger defenders in the KR meta, regardless of you looking at the PvE or PvP. Her ability is just insanely good. But again, to get all of those stacks up, you gotta be able to know how to manual in certain stages to be able to benefit from that. So I think she's going to be quite cool in a lot of PvE, like danger close, raid bosses, where she can help amplify the damage. That's something that's something that's unique, considering that a defender actually has that. So definitely MORS, I do encourage players to get her. She's one of the better counterpass characters for sure. Is she better than Replacer King in terms of the counterpass value? Probably not. Is she as good as Twins? Maybe. Maybe as good as Twins in terms of the value. So yeah, overall we have MORS, we have Revenant. Yeah, let me know if you guys are... I guess the only one that you could pull as a free-to-play is going to be Revenant. But again, like I said, I don't think she's a must-have. She's definitely much more centered to, support soldier teams. So I don't think she's going to be like much needed in a lot of players' team comps, especially if you run counter, if you run max, etc. She's not like super needed. But hey, that's gonna be it for this week's patch. Let me know if you guys are pulling for any of them. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.